It's all the above, best believe we do it better. I want the fame, the fortune, all the above. I want the checks, the moolah, all the above. From Philadelphia to New York, all the above. Man, tell them other stations they don't do it like us. I want the fame, the fortune, all the above. I want the checks, the moolah, all the above. From Philadelphia to New York, all the above. Man, tell them other stations they don't do it like us. What up?
What's up, guys? It's your girl Angel Marie from All of the Above, and we are here at All the Way Live Cafe in the Germantown section of Philadelphia for our local business feature. Keep it locked with us because we are going to give you guys exclusive behind-the-scenes looks into the business, the staff, and so much more. Stay tuned. We are here with the co-owner of All the Way Live Cafe, Beverly. How are you?
I'm fine.
I want to know, can you tell our listeners a little bit about All the Way Live Cafe and the services that you offer?
All the Way Live is a vegan restaurant, and we are into health, eating healthy. It's a different kind of vegan restaurant, as that we don't fry anything. We're wheat-free, we're soy-free, and we offer a wide range of live cuisine. Live raw cuisine means we use only heat of 118 degrees or under, or no heat at all. But it's a very it's an art form of making food that is very palatable, but our whole thing at All the Way Live is your health. We also have cooked dishes, and we offer juices, smoothies. We have a whole line of raw desserts, but our number one concern is the health of the community, and that's how we got started.
Oh, recently, pretty much vegan options has started booming, especially within the Black community as of recently. Do you feel like that has helped your business grow, where there's more people who are now turning and looking into vegan options for food?
Yes, when I myself started a vegan life, which was over 40 years ago, there wasn't a lot of people in the community into it, but it has grown, and people are now realizing that what they put in their mouth affects their body, and you can't separate the two. What you put in your body, your positivity, how you think, all of that has to do with your health. When you don't realize these things, you can be a candidate for high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, heart disease, lupus, sarcoidosis. I could go on and on and on.
Now, you mentioned that you began this business with your daughter. Do you mind walking us through that process and how All the Way Live came about?
Yes, well, my daughter was raised being a raw food vegan, her and my son. And myself and my husband were both meat eaters, sugar eaters. However, I changed my diet 7 years into the marriage. So when I had my children, they came into a dual household of a vegan mother and everything eating father. But it worked out because my husband was very supportive. So my daughter learned to prepare foods using certain ingredients. And most of what we used, there was very little cooking done, and we became proficient at it. She brought the idea to me in 2007 that she wanted to open a restaurant, and I wasn't too much on the idea because I knew it's work involved, but she was like, we can do it. So she was the spearhead, and then I also have a very dear friend who is no longer with us, Dr. Sabi, who encouraged me to open. So with my daughter being the spearhead, and with Dr. Sabi tasting some of what we did and knowing how much into health I was, he said that it would be a good idea to bring this to the community.
How did you guys come up with the name All the Way Live? Where did that originate from?
Okay, it originated from my daughter, who, since she was raised on live food, wanted to call it All the Way Live. It wasn't my idea. Then later on, we learned that there was a song called All the Way Live, but when she picked that name, she did not know that.
Let's get into your menu a little bit. Can you let our listeners know about your top signature meals and your price ranges?
Okay, well, the price range anywhere. Drinks can range anywhere from $3 to $6. The entrees can range anywhere from $12 to $20 to $24. And we have other dishes that are $5. We have our signature dishes are our soups, which we have a chickpea chili. We have a squash soup. The soups are very, very popular. Also, we have burgers, the chickpea mushroom burger. And it's interesting because our burgers, most of them are not cooked burgers, but when people taste them, they think that they are.
Ooh, look at that.
But they're made, like our chickpea burgers are made from sprouted chickpeas. And the reason I learned about the chickpea was through the Honorable Dr. Sabi, who talked to me about the beans. Because I wanted to do a bean burger, but he said, well, research it, but I think you should make a chickpea burger. And so I experimented with different beans because I wanted it to be a live burger. And the only one that held up to being sprouted and made into a delicious burger without a starch-heavy content was the chickpea. So the menu is very diverse. We have platters, but we use the best salt, the best everything, the best oil, high grade. Everything here is top of the line. And because the number one thing for me is your health is your wealth. That's what I'm about for myself, and I want to spread that love to the community. The desserts as well. We use for the desserts either dates, raisins. If I want more sweetness, I use raw agave, but the desserts are not cooked. But they are absolutely delicious, and we have cream pies. We have young coconut, banana cream pies, which I make the cream with young coconut meat. And we have blueberry cream pie, strawberry cream pie, we have apple pie, we have apple cake, we have cheesecake, we have carob cake, which is like chocolate cake. And all of these have been formulated and time taken by me and my daughter to make these actually cakes and pies that need no heat.
Like at this point, I need to ask you, what don't you make? They have everything, and I know your mouth got to be watering. Now, you keep talking about health and wealth and making people happy and feel good. Now, especially with this being a Black-owned business and is stamped in the Black community, what does that mean to you to have your service here for the Black community?
Well, this is one of the reasons why we wanted to have it here. This business, we were advised to have it in other locations. But we felt that this was the perfect location because this way people can be educated. Because when people hear of eating healthy, they think they're not going to like it. They think that it's bland. They think that it's blah. But it's not true. And you have to open up your mind and your heart to come in and say, let me try something. Let me see. But see, the number one thing that you have to remember is you're not going to get another heart, another pancreas, another fingernail, another eyeball. So you want to take care of what you have, okay? And as you progress in your years, you want to be able to live it at the highest octave possible. And you don't want to be driven with disease and I'm sick and I got this and I got that. And really, this is the truth to be told.
You mentioned the location earlier and how people told you guys that you should look elsewhere. But you actually have 2 locations for All the Way Live. Yeah. What made you decide to open up a second location?
Okay, my daughter again. She felt that we should expand, and she saw a location that was open in Chestnut Hill. So we met with the Chestnut Hill Association, and we came to a very good agreement, and so we decided to do that. And it opened in September 2019, was doing very well. Then the pandemic came in March. We had to shut down for March, April, May, June, July, August, September. We had to shut down for almost 6 months. But now we open back up. We've been open back up now for like a month and a half. So I'm hoping that it gains traction again.
Yeah. And how has the pandemic affected both businesses? And how have you guys been able to push through? And what safety measures have you guys taken now to ensure the safety of your staff and your customers?
Okay. Well, I come from, my parents, my father and mother were from Virginia, from the South. And my father taught me how to survive. So I know this business in and out. So I know how to run the business that it will survive. We are fortunate to have regular customers that all through the pandemic, even though they couldn't eat in, they kept the business going. So we were very fortunate here at the Germantown store. The safety precautions, the city is very adamant about what we have to do in the back. They do wellness checks now to make sure that everything is right for you to keep your store open. The Chestnut Hill store did take a hit with the pandemic. It took a severe hit. However, I'm hoping that now it can come back. Now, they say it's going to be another second wave. But you know what? I don't really look at that. I'll just see what happens. I always look at that everything's going to work out. Whatever that may be, I'm good with it.
What do you love the most about All the Way Live?
Talking to my customers. And sometimes in the back, they have to come and get me, like, we need you to make this. And that's one thing I miss about during the pandemic, because our restaurant is known for eating in. So I like to vibe with the customers to see what they're thinking, what they want, what they're having a problem with. Maybe I can give them a word of encouragement. So during the pandemic, of course, they just started back that you could do some eating in. That's why we had the tables spaced out now. So I love communicating with the customers, making the food I love, but I love communicating with the customers more.
Well, with the holidays coming up, we're actually approaching the holidays now, technically. Are you guys offering any seasonal desserts or anything special for the holidays?
Okay, well, I'll be honest, with all of the hard work that my staff does, I really, on Thanksgiving, I am going to let them off. I have to let them off because one of them has family members coming in from out of town, and the other two are really looking forward to being with their families. And I thought about it, because last year I did open, and I said no. I said I'm going to close Thanksgiving. However, some people do pre-order pies from me and cakes for Thanksgiving. That will still happen. Christmas, I think this year, again, I'm going to, depending on what day it falls on, I'm going to give them off again, because even though you have a business, sometimes you can't always think about money. You have to think about your workers. You have to think they work hard. And in this business of vegan food, the way we do it, it's a lot of hard work. And you want to have think about them too. It's about money, but it ain't always about the money, okay? And that's why I think we've been open here for 12 years, because I think not only of the business, but I think of the people who work for me.
Yes, I love that so much. That is what you call true leadership right there. Now, I need you to let our listeners know, how can they find All the Way Live? Give us a website, a social media page, or if you have phone number, address, anything that you have out there to let our listeners know how they can find you.
All right. You could go to allivefoodcafe.com or allivefood.com. You can reach us at 215-821-7298. That's the Germantown store, 6108 Germantown Avenue, or the Chestnut Hill store, 215-242-2250. And the address is 8419 rear. It's in the rear. So if you go to 8419, you have to go through the door and go to the rear. But I'm so glad that you came to interview me, and I've been hopeful that everyone will realize that their health is their wealth. And you don't have to be vegan. Everybody's not going to be vegan. However, eat more healthy. Stop eating all the sugar and the starches and things that's going to compromise your health.
Yes, make sure you check her out. All the Way Live. They have 2 locations, so you guys have no excuse not to stop by. Try out their food. Make sure you give them a shout out as well. Thank you so much, Beverly, for chatting with us. I appreciate it so much. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the end of our local business feature of All the Way Live Cafe. Hopefully you guys learned a lot more, and hopefully you guys will want to check them out as well, because it's great food, great service, and a great business. And if you guys like what you saw, definitely let us know by pushing that like button. And if there's anything about All the Way Live Cafe that you would like to know more of, or if there's a local business feature in Philly that you think we should check out, definitely let us know by hopping into our comment section below, because we would love to hear your thoughts. And as usual, if you guys like what you saw and you would love to see more, which I know you do, definitely make sure you push that subscribe button. That is how you stay up to date with everything that is going on with all of the above. I'm your girl, Angel Marie, and I will see you guys next time.
Wednesdays at 7, Angel Marie and Kevin playing the illest records, bringing us back together. Philly is all season, swimming through any weather, leaving the track bleeding. Way we pull it together, we applying my pressure.